Hi, I'm Lita Liepins.
And I'm Jim Gordon.
And welcome to another edition of Our City Tonight.
And welcome to our viewers to our first show on CHEK TV. We want to thank you for following us over to CHEK. We got lots happening. Lita, where are we right now?
We are at Black and Blue Restaurant in downtown Vancouver. Love this place.
That's right. We're going to check out all this place has to offer, including a patio that's open all year round. We'll get into that after you watch this.
Well, here at Black and Blue, as promised, I get to sit down with Chef Jerome and talk about their appetizers. Now, this appetizer, Jerome, is huge.
It looks huge. It does look huge, but it's not. I mean, that's what we do actually here. We always do big things. But it's pretty easy to eat. It's a thin sliced carpaccio, so people can eat that pretty easily.
But it's very interesting. You've got your own style on this particular plate. You know, you've heard of this dish before. Tell us what makes yours different and your flair that you've added.
So ours is quite different because, so first of all, we use Aromatherapy Wagyu, so which is on the top, above the shank of the Wagyu. It's quite muscly on that part, so you don't have as much fat as a normal Wagyu. We sear it and then black pepper crumb it, slice it. So then on the top, you're gonna find some black garlic gel. They are the black spot over there.
So I was wondering what that was.
That's the one.
The blobs.
And then we've got a mustard dressing, just some olive oil to drizzle and give a little bit of flavor. Rock salt, shaved parmesan, leaf of celery, and then we've got that bread. So it's a baguette that we carve to make it like really square, and then we've got chimichurri sauce on it and we grill it in the oven.
Oh, I can smell it and it smells amazing. It looks delicious. You have quite an assortment of appetizers, and you were mentioning to me that you change things. You have a lot of freedom to create a lot of features. Tell us a little bit about the program for appetizers.
We've got, our menu is pretty big, so what we try to do also to keep our team entertained and to do new things and more things. Pretty much every day or every 2 days we try to have a feature, so an appetizer feature that's going to be mainly around meat, unless we receive an interesting piece of fish or something like that that can be used as a appetizer. And then we also have feature platter and feature steaks.
Wonderful. You've got a great happy hour program here. Definitely suggest the audience check the website for those times. And love all your food. You've been here, Black and Blue's been around over 10 years. They've done a great job. It's sort of what you think about for fine dining, but it's a great happy hour, so you can come by casually as well.
Oh, definitely. It's not only just a dinner where it's really fine dining, etc. For sure, if you come for happy hour, it's completely different. We also are open for lunch upstairs, so it's a lot of different style.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the rooftop deck as well, and we're going to join you. I'm actually going to invite Jim with us, and we're going to talk about some of the mains that you create here at Black and Blue. So we'll be back with Jerome as well as Jim.
Well, Our City Tonight continues along with our series called Canadian Music Icons. Last month, Lita and I talked to Gord Depp of the Spoons. Now it's time to talk to a member of one of the most popular bands in the last 40 years in Canada and a lot of parts around the world. It's Honeymoon Suite. We're looking at their first massive hit, which still sounds great, New Girl Now. Joining us on the show right now is one of the founding members. It's Derry Graham joining us from Illinois. Derry, welcome to Our City Tonight.
Well, thank you. How are you guys doing?
We're great. Hello from Canada. You are a fellow Canadian, but now residing in Illinois with your lovely family. Now, Derry, we want to hop right into this. Honeymoon Suite got together in the early 80s. A great band. Tell us a little bit about winning that radio contest on Q107 in Toronto and how that kind of catapulted you to international fame.
Yeah, that was a really great thing. At that time, we were a cover band. When I first met Johnny, we were a 6-night-a-week cover band, and we'd sneak in some of the originals to the set, and one of them was New Girl Now. So the Q107 was a contest that everybody kind of wanted to jump on at that time. We were doing anything and everything to try and get a record deal. So we cut a demo of it and sent it into Q. And the response was just crazy. And it won that year, which brought the attention to the labels, and they all started coming out to the shows, and then We Canada came in and signed us. Happened all pretty quick, but it was amazing.
Derry, we were saying this to Gord Depp in our last segment. If you're not old enough to remember the early 80s, how impressive it was for a Canadian band to top the charts in Canada, of course, do extremely well in the States. It's quite common now for Canadian artists, but back then it wasn't. Talk a bit about how that, you mentioned that quick rise to fame. How tough was that to deal with?
I think we were ready for it. Johnny and I had been in the business a while at that point, but we were still pretty young, but we'd been playing since we were kids. And then we got together. We were no strangers to being on stage. And the other guys in the band, just through all these nights in the bars, we'd really worked our show up, and we were ready to get out of the bars and onto some bigger stages. Now, also, you have to remember that this was the dawn of the video age, too. So we had Much Music and MTV on our side, and that just was huge in exploding the band's popularity.
And you've got a new single, new album coming out, Find What You're Looking For. It sounds the same. It sounds great. You haven't had to really change your music style. How are you attracting new fans? Are you just finding that they're just loving this as much as when you used to play in the early 80s?
Yeah, well, one thing we don't do is change our sound to fit what's going on in the business. I mean, we have our brand, if you will, or our sound, and it's Honeymoon Suite, and that's what our fans love about us. It's the big choruses, the melodic rock part of it. So we write the best song we can within our mold, and it's attracting a lot of younger fans who don't even know of the band. They just hear the song on the radio because, although it's Honeymoon Suite, it has a really contemporary sound as well because we've got a great producer on this one. So we're lucky. It's great to be back on the charts after like 18 years.
And, it's tough because you guys would be obviously out touring this past summer and celebrating 4 decades together. As Lita mentioned, last fall single, Tell Me What You Want, and the new one, Find What You're Looking For, just sounds spectacular. You guys have not lost a beat, and I know we all get older, but you guys sound as energetic, as solid, and as sharp as you did in the early 80s. Got to ask you one last question. My buddy was DJing, a good friend of mine, Lita still, was DJing at Q107 back in the early 80s when you guys won. Is it true, the story, that the first line of New Girl Now, Hot Summer Night, what was the original first line?
Let's see. It was actually Cold Winter Night. When I demoed it when I was in college a few years before, and it was Cold Winter Night, but because the label wanted to put it out in the summer, they asked me to change it to Hot Summer Night. Storm clouds in the air.
That's great.
Great.
Beautiful. Hey, listen, thanks for sharing some time with us, Derry, as fans of your band for, well, we don't want to say how long, but we were watching you guys when we were kids and those great early videos. Want to say, too, Way Baby is one of our favorite songs from that era as well. Derry Graham, thank you for joining us. Continued success, and we look forward to seeing you back on the road when we get back to some sort of normal here in the world.
And congratulations on the great new album.
Thank you. Great talking with you. Thank you.
It's so great to be working with the Italian Chamber of Commerce, Canada West, our good friend Ilaria and Alex. And let's talk a bit about what we've done. Now, we're here on the 29th of September, filming one of the many events you're doing in September and October and November. But let's talk about, when this airs, we'll have done all these events, of course, just letting our viewers know. But talk about everything you guys did in September and October, a really ambitious schedule.
Yes, very much. So all of this is leading to the last week of November, when we'll be hosting our big events, the World Week of Italian Cuisine. And we've done so many things with fall coming back to events. So the first one is the masterclass, which is basically the opening to the promotion in all BC liquor stores in BC. 60 liquor stores that are featuring the flavors of Italy promotion. So 12 Italian wines that we tasted at the masterclass. And then we did Italian Design Days, the first week of October. So a week long of events featuring also Italian food and wine, but focus on promoting made in Italy design in 6 different showrooms. And then also we did a promotion at Urban Fair, Older Fair location in BC and Alberta, featuring authentic made in Italy food products and especially focus on cheese. So that was back in October, and now we're expecting for November.
Yeah, it's quite a campaign. One of the consistencies we always see when we do these segments with you is about authentic Italian taste. Remind our viewers just quickly again, Ilaria, about the thinking, the program behind that, because it is important for people who love Italian food to know that they are getting authentic.
Yes. So when you're tasting food that it's Italian, you can search for the name and just make sure on the package that there is a label that is certifying that the product is authentic and it's actually coming from Italy. So you'll see the difference in the taste, and that's why we call it a true Italian taste. That's the name of the campaign that we've been running for many years, and Jim knows all about it now.
That's right. Excellent. Thank you, Ilaria. Ian, we've got you before your teachings today here at the Masterclass. Talk about what people are going to experience here today, because this is just fabulous. I wouldn't have thought we could do this 5 months ago.
Nor did I, and it's super exciting for me to have the opportunity to be in person presenting Italian wines and reminding people just how important wine is in the culture of Italians, but also in our culture here. And wine is to be enjoyed. It's meant to have with people and be shared.
Yeah.
And so we've gone to great lengths here at La Terrazza to make sure that we have the physical distance between people, but we're not socially distancing. We need to bring people together, but keep them apart.
I really like that line you said, because we're doing our best here on camera, but the tables you'll see are all socially distanced, the restaurant following as best they can to keep people socially distanced, but you want to be at least close enough that you can enjoy the wine and the food pairings and everything like that.
I mean, it's so essential. We're talking about Italian wine today, and that's the essence of the Italian culture, is to share at the table. So it has to be food, it has to be wine together. So
let's talk a bit about you too. You've got a long history of doing this kind of thing. You're an expert, you're consulted all over North America. Can you talk about some of the trends briefly that you've seen in people, what they're buying and what they're, people more experimental? Are they open more than they were, say, 30 years ago?
Oh, I think so, but we're in a unique time here.
Yeah.
Certainly in the pandemic, we're seeing different buying patterns, and what's kind of interesting is, at first, we were being less adventuresome and sticking to the brands that we knew.
Yeah.
And as we progress on, we're seeing people going back to being more kind of creative in their choices.
I think that's where guys like you come in, because I always listen to experts like yourself, because I'm very stuck in what I like and what I buy, but it takes someone like you coming in to say, try this. And that's what today is all about. We'll let you get back to prepping for your big day here. Thank you for doing this. It's important that we try to adapt and alter and pivot, but we got to be able to do this kind of thing. So keep up the good work.
Thanks very much.
Cheers. Alex here also with the Italian Chamber of Commerce, Canada West. We've worked with you many times. Ilaria talked a bit about everything we've done, including this wonderful master class to experience some great Italian wines. You talk about what this is all leading up to, a great event coming up later this month here in Vancouver.
Yes, so November is a very special month for us. It's in the last 3 weeks of November, we're gonna be celebrating the World Week of Italian Cuisine. And during that time, we're gonna do a promotion of Italian restaurants in town. So we're hoping to get maybe 10, 15, if not even more restaurants on board, where we're going to be celebrating special menu, Italian menu, for the couple of weeks for patrons in the Lower Mainland. We will also do a big event on November 26th with the Italian chef. It's a surprise, and it's going to be Italian chef leading a virtual dinner. So we're still not 100% sure how we're going to do it, but we've got some ideas.
Good.
So it's going to be a virtual dinner that people can enjoy at their homes. And then we have also a so-called sorpresa box. Sorpresa box.
Big surprise box.
Surprise box with which we're going to be selling on the Shopify platform. In collaboration with local importers and retailers of Italian fine foods, which are going to be in those boxes, and they're going to be a surprise, different types of boxes, so people can purchase them and enjoy with a great bottle of wine.
Excellent. That's all coming up late November, folks. We'll have all the details on the Chamber's website and everything else that's happening in November in our end credits. Look for that. Alex, thanks. I'm going to let you go have some wine.
Thank you.
Cheers.
We're here at Hydra, downtown Vancouver, and we're with one of our favorite beauty experts. In fact, we've been enjoying the Youngblood Mineral Cosmetics for some time now, both Jim and I, from Brittany Ivins, who is the Soluzione Spa product brand manager. Now, Brittany's introduced us to Youngblood Mineral Cosmetics, but this is a new line, Aromatherapy Associates, out of London, fantastic essential oil line. We're going to find out a little bit more. Tell us a little the history of Aromatherapy Associates.
Thank you, Lita. So Aromatherapy Associates is from London. It was created in 1985, and it's based on the art of living well. Aromatherapy can affect your physical and emotional aspects in life, with our sense of smell being the most primitive, which is related to our memory, our instinct, and our emotions. So we can absolutely change and affect those and improve those emotional and physical aspects.
I grew up with aromatherapy. My mom, because my father didn't like perfume, my mom wore sandalwood, and so I was exposed to that. Every time I smell sandalwood, I think of my mom. Hi, Mom. Just such a great smell, and I really delved into it in later years.
I love sandalwood, and it's actually very grounding, which is great as a disconnected society. We can definitely use some grounding, and there is sandalwood in the Deep Relax and Sleep collection, which I'll touch on later as well.
Perfect. Now, the collection that I got introduced to just recently is the Forest Therapy. Very excited about that. It is so beautiful. It all evolved through forest bathing concept. Tell us a little bit about the top notes on this, and a little bit about forest bathing as well.
Absolutely. So the top notes in this collection are really important because they actually produce phytoncides just like trees to help improve our respiratory health and boost that immune system. So cypress is helping with our respiratory support. We have whole wood to cleanse your surroundings, and we have pink pepper to uplift your spirits as well.
And respiratory is so important in this day and age, is breathing through masks and
absolutely
being worried. Now, forest bathing. Tell us a little.
So forest bathing is
that.
otherwise known as Shinrin-yoku, and it is the concept of immersing yourself in the forest, taking it in through all senses.
Perfect. Now, with the notes in here, a lot of people can't, we live in Vancouver, we can get to a forest fairly easily, but if you can't, you had a little tip for us.
I do, and my favorite is the Wellness Mist at the moment, because this is like therapy on the go. So if you're experiencing any anxieties, you can mist your aura, your skin. My personal favorite, because I'm having a bit of mask anxiety, is I will mist the inside of my mask. I'll leave it for 10 seconds. And then I'll wear my mask. My breathing has improved. I feel like it's clearer, and I feel calmer. So it does help with my mask anxieties.
Wonderful. Now, speaking of calmer, I know this is Jim's new favorite line because he was having some issues sleeping, and he calmed right down and reported back that he's having great sleeps with the Deep Relax. Tell us the top notes of this wonderful line.
So this one has vetiver, which is actually a powerful natural sedative. It also helps support your immune system. So very important for today's world as well. We've got chamomile for grounding and calming.
Love chamomile.
And then the sandalwood, of course.
Oh, it was even better. Some of my favorite aromas in that.
Absolutely beautiful. Now, sleep is so important for our immune system, and we definitely are all trying to boost that up these days. 2/3 of adults actually sleep less than 8 hours a night, which we know, and that actually reduces your lifespan and increases your chances of a car wreck. So get to sleep, Jim.
Absolutely. So this one, you said daytime? Good idea?
My favorite daytime ritual, because again, it's going to help with your respiratory health, calm those anxieties. Also, you know, you can do breathing practices with this. I love box breathing personally on the 4/7 to really help slow down your breathing.
And this one?
This one, my favorite nighttime ritual. We're going to help keep that circadian rhythm in proper working order, getting 8 hours of sleep preferably, and creating that ritual to help you get there.
Perfect. Now these products are available at Absolute Spa, the Fairmont, across Canada.
Across Canada, we have many spa partners, and we're also on aromatherapyassociatescanada.com.
Wonderful. Well, big thanks to Brittany Ivans of Soluzione Spa Products, as well as a big thanks to Hydra, the great crew here that let us use their beautiful space to introduce this wonderful product line, Aromatherapy Associates. You'll see all the information at the end of the show in the credits. Thanks, Brittany.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Lita.
Well, we hope you're enjoying this edition of Our City Tonight. Lita and I are in the middle of False Creek on a beautiful afternoon. We can hear the birds, the water, construction, because it is downtown Vancouver, but we thought we'd get some social media stuff done for you right now.
Absolutely. We certainly look forward to hearing from you on all of our social media platforms, which would include Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. So please comment, give us some ideas. We'd love to hear from you.
And also, don't forget to check out the print version of Our City Tonight. You can find our column in the latest edition of Iconic Concierge magazine. Oh, you can see the cover right there in this new edition, which is available now.
Yes, Jim's very excited about that, as we are a great restaurant we're showcasing in that magazine. So you can find them just about anywhere, those magazines.
Yes, you can. Sun's out. Let's get back to Our City Tonight.
Well, we're back here at Black and Blue Restaurant. Now we're on the second floor and joined again by Chef Jerome. As well, Jim has joined us, and we're going to be talking about some of the main courses, the dinners here at Black and Blue.
Yeah, I joined at the right time. I tell you what, I was salivating over that appetizer you brought out earlier in the show. Jerome, let's talk about this spectacular dish and what else you can offer here for diners in the evening or at lunch if they want.
So this dish is mainly cooked upstairs on the roof. So basically we've got a 6-ounce tenderloin with a nice chimichurri sauce just on the side. Roasted potatoes that we made with sour cream, pickled onion, chives, all the good things. And then we've got all the vegetables that are roasted as well in the jusper, so all of that get like the barbecue flavor. And then we just have a nice skewer of lobster tail and 2 prawns with it.
Wonderful. Now tell the audience a little bit about the Jasper oven.
So the Jasper oven is like a gigantic barbecue. We've got charcoal in the whole day, and we just feed it, and it stays about 400 degrees, and it just stays really, really hot. So we get all the barbecue flavors coming in there, the charcoal and the wood.
One of the things you guys are known for, of course, even when you're walking on the sidewalk in front of the restaurant, is you can see that giant meat cellar, glass of meat cellar. Talk a bit about what people can do or can enjoy in terms of the meat category. We're seeing something here, but you guys really do offer a great high-end selection.
We've got a little bit of everything, to be honest. So our meat locker downstairs is completely filled up today. We've got some nice tomahawk, we've got some ribeye, strip loin, tenderloin. We also have obviously the Kobe and the Wagyu beef. We've got a selection of everything for both of those meats. Ribeye, strip loin, tenderloin as well for them too.
Very nice, very nice. And also you mentioned the patio. Lita and I have been up there many times. I like the fact you're going to be open all winter.
We're gonna be open the whole winter, so it might be a little bit special. We'll see how it's gonna go, but we might do something special for winter coming, etc.
Perfect. And well, it's super cozy up there, all the fireplaces.
Yeah, we've got
and
fireplace
it's
and everything,
warm.
so it stays really, really warm. Even during winter, it's gonna be perfect.
Oh, it's so cozy.
It's the best place to be for winter for sure.
Let's talk a little more, if people missed it maybe early in the show, let's talk a little more about your happy hour. That's something we've been talking to every restaurant we film in, we've been talking about the happy hour because people are looking for that more than ever.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the moment we are the busiest anyway, so it looks like people look for that. We've got a big selection of everything. That's usually what we've got from the menu. It's a tiny bit smaller, so people can still enjoy whatever we have on the menu.
Sure.
We've got a little bit of everything.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Lita, I think it's time for us to dig in.
Of course. I know our cameraman is eyeballing that steak.
The camera's
too.
nodding, actually, as he's filming right now. Hey, listen, thanks very much. Black and Blue, of course, on Alberni Street. Last show, we were at Coast next door. You've also got Global. You've also got Italian Kitchen. Help me out here,
A
Trattoria.
real successful track record with all this global group.
Come check out Black and Blue. We'll be back here later in the show to wrap things up. Well, we're back here at Black and Blue Restaurant on Alberni Street in downtown Vancouver, where we started the show.
And it's time to say goodbye, but don't forget to check out all of our past episodes on our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on our social media at Our City Tonight on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
I'm Jim Gordon.
And I'm Lita Leapin.
We'll see you on the next edition of Our City Tonight.
The Inside Real Estate segment is always brought to you by the Ballard 360 team from RE/MAX Masters Realty. Mark and Kaylee bring sage wisdom and youthful energy to all their customers' real estate needs. Outdoor wear for Jim and Lita provided by Helly Hansen, alive since 1877.
Youngblood Mineral Cosmetics provided by Soluzione Spa Products.